Okay, we're back to working on this here 98 Jeep Cherokee with a 4.0 motor in it. And ever since we've got it put back together, it's been throwing an ignition code or a check engine code, and it comes up a P0100, which says, according to what I've been able to find out, that is a problem with the wiring. Well, I've tried to change a thing or two, changed the throttle position sensor. That didn't do any good, and I can't get rid of the code. But here I am checking the wiring, and about half of it's melted together. So that may be the problem with the thing. See that right there, how bad it's melted? I'm going to pull all the wires apart, make sure none of them's a touching, hook everything back up, and see if I get rid of the code. So we'll be back with you shortly. Okay, I think right here was my major problem. These three wires that go to the throttle position sensor were stuck together so bad that the insulation pulled off of them as I was pulling them apart. So the first thing I'm going to do is get me some electrical tape and cover these three wires so that I don't have a problem with them getting together. Then we'll get to work on the rest of them. So I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, got all the naked wires taped up now. Biggest looking mess you ever seen, but if it'll work, it'll do till I can do better. We'll talk it. Well, we're gonna go around here now and see if we got a code. Well, okay, I couldn't hold the camera and get a hold of the code reader. So anyhow, here we go. Alright. It says to link, press the enter key. Okay. Okay, we're going to look at powertrain data. I says I got one trouble code 01 PF100 P0100. Alright, I'm going to go back, drop down, and erase the code. Now I got 3. We'll hit enter again. We're going to erase them all. Now I got 2. Going to erase again. still showing too, but we'll go up and see what we got. TPS sensor is a low input, and fuel level sensor. I know the fuel level sensor because we put a new fuel pump in it, and dumb me forgot to hook the fuel gauge back up when I put it back together. I got in too big a hurry. So that one stays in it all the time, but alright. Going to escape here. I'm going to unhook the monitor. And then we're going to see what happens. That was, it's saying the throttle position sensor. So we're going to run down the wires on it. That's this thing right here. See what we got. So I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, right there is what it takes to fix a P0100 trouble code to get rid of it. Having to go in and repair all those wires where they melted together. And see all the connections I had to make. And put in the repairs. And we are now running without a check engine light. No check engine light. So hopefully we got the biggest part of it fixed. So I'll be back with you shortly, show you how it looks after I do a little taping. Okay, got the Cherokee taped back up. Everything back in place like it's supposed to be, and still don't have a check engine light, so I think we're good to go. North Carolina inspection requires all vehicles 1996 and newer to pass an emissions test, and when you go in have it inspected, they plug into the diagnostic port, and that goes to the state. The state computer actually checks it out. And if you have just unhooked the battery or whatever and put out the check engine light right before you get there, it won't pass it because it has to have so many miles on it before the computer will actually read it and pass it. So hopefully we got it now. That engine got hot enough that it actually melted the wires together and melted the insulation on them and shorted them out, and that's what that P0100 engine code is. It was a saying trouble in the wiring, but I didn't want to believe it. I was trying to make it something else. But anyhow, we're going to let her rip and see how she does. We'll talk at you later. Bye. I forgot to mention there that what I had to do on that thing was separate all the wires, get the flexible sections of the wire where it hadn't melted, cut out the bad sections and replace them. and it's took me all day to get that done. But hopefully we'll be all right now. We'll talk at you later.